We've got some new and exciting YouTube news today. On Tuesday, August 1st, YouTube released a new blog titled An Update to Our Commitment to Fight Terror Content Online. This blog outlined new updates on how YouTube plans to battle terrorism personally in the new counterterrorism space. Among these bullet points was the rollout of new machine learning technology to help YouTube identify and remove terrorism-related content faster and more efficiently, and the promise to hire more experts and employ tougher standards, all of which doesn't sound particularly unreasonable, except for the fact that fighting terrorism isn't exactly YouTube's job. But some of the details of this new endeavor are a little worrisome. For example, the blog declares that last month, 75% of the extremism videos they took down were never actually flagged by a human being. They claim that the new system, while imperfect, is, quote, more accurate than people in deciding what content people should be able to see. The list of 15 new NGOs and institutions YouTube has hired as so-called hate experts are also concerning. Top of the list is the Anti-Defamation League, which might sound nice and cozy and comforting, except that they have an entire section of their website dedicated to the ways in which Pepe the Frog is racist. Also on the same page as Pepe is the Legend of Zelda Triforce, which apparently has been appropriated by the KKK. Right in the childhood. There were a few other silly ones. There were several numbers, for example, but I'm afraid if I mention too many supposed hate symbols in one video, I will have my account put on lockdown, like Jordan B. Peterson, a University of Toronto professor who, also on Tuesday, was barred access to both his YouTube and Google accounts when he attempted to upload a biblical lecture. Peterson is a psychologist who normally posts videos about the theories of personality, freedom of speech, and only seems to have a couple of videos about the dangers of PC culture, so how he fell into this hate speech lockout is still unclear. The YouTube statement claims that the ADL, No Hate Speech Movement, and Institute for Strategic Dialogue, among others, will be directly responsible for deciding what YouTube will consider as hate speech, extremism, and terrorism, and which videos should be flagged as recruitment and radicalization. YouTube says it will also begin applying tougher treatment to legal videos, meaning videos that don't even violate the terms of service, and will place videos in what they call a limited state if they're flagged as being controversial or containing supremacist content. This limited state means the videos cannot be recommended, monetized, suggested, liked, and can't even receive comments. And again, all of this will be done through a system that YouTube admits several times in this one blog is imperfect and flawed. For example, they say that this is to fight terrorism, but one has to question how terrorism videos, which violate the terms of service, were ever up on the site in the first place, while many of my videos, for example, have been restricted and deemed too controversial for debunking the wage gap, reporting on tragic news events, putting the word North Korea in my title, or even saying the word gun. The ADL has come under fire several times for lumping mainstream conservatives in with actual hate groups and white supremacists, as well as for being completely and 100% non-transparent on how they define extremism, hate speech, and radicalization. They've also gotten harsh criticism for refusing to include any mentions of groups like Antifa, Redneck Revolt, or the Red Guards anywhere on their website, despite the fact that these groups all call for violence and armed rebellion against anything that isn't socialism or communism on a regular basis. But just to be absolutely sure that no one finds anything controversial, YouTube has started using new technology called the Jigsaw Redirect method, which, again, sounds good in theory, but not necessarily in practice. Now, if anyone so much as searches for what they call questionable content on YouTube, they will be redirected to a playlist of propaganda videos designed to debunk controversial opinions. So how are content creators supposed to move forward with their content? How are we supposed to know what's safe to talk about when following the terms of service and guidelines doesn't even matter anymore? How can we avoid being censored when even so-called legal videos are at risk? Well, funny you should ask. YouTube suggests making comedy videos about social justice, which they will promote and amplify through their YouTube Creators for Change program. But to be clear, they mean videos promoting social justice, not making fun of it. I guess we'll just have to see where YouTube takes us next. Thanks for watching, and please don't flag me.